Hello friends, welcome back to the Matt Greer Music channel. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this, my trusty OPZ by Teenage Engineering. I've had this device for a little over a year now, and I have to say I love it more now than I ever did. This is a device that rewards exploration, and the more you work with it, the more you learn techniques to coax the best possible sound out of it. Initially, I didn't know. I wasn't totally sold on the synth engine. I found it to be often very chiptune-y, which just really isn't my cup of tea. I liked the drums, though, and I liked, some of the sounds that it had, but it just wasn't quite there. But since then, Teenage Engineering has continued to release awesome updates to this thing. So in addition to the initial synth engines that were on this device, there's now like a Rhodes piano, which is really quite nice. There's an organ. There's a quote-unquote analog engine, which obviously it's virtual analog. This is a digital instrument, but it sounds really good. In addition to that, they added sampling, which was huge. So if you don't like the drum sounds on here, just sample over them, or voices, or pianos, or found sounds, or field recording, or whatever you want to do with it. It's really, really cool. They've enhanced the LFO. Anyway, I'm just really pleased that they continue to support this project. So that's one reason I still love it. But another is that it's really powerful. This sequencer is pretty incredible. You basically have 16 tracks of MIDI sequencing, although typically you would only use maybe the first 8 to 10 or so. But it's pretty awesome because the sequencer has some tricks up their sleeves that I think Electron could learn from, frankly. They take the whole concept of like parameter locking, but then just take it way further with all these different component engines that can do all this funky stuff to the trigs in the sequence. And yeah, you can have all this self-evolving, self-generating, almost modular kind of stuff going with this. Now, I don't demonstrate that myself very often because I'm not really in that world, but it can do it, So yeah, I continue to find this little synth a constant source of inspiration. And even, more than a year later, it's still like a go-to for me. I'm fortunate, I'm privileged. I have a lot of nice gear in my studio. I'm very fortunate in that way. But I still get writer's block, and whenever it happens, this little thing seems to pull me right out of it every single time. I sit down with this, and I would say 9 times out of 10, I come up with a composition that I really like. So yeah, I'm a fanboy, I'll say it. I love Teenage Engineering. I love this device. And so I just wanted to kind of share my impressions having had it for a while. I will say it's not for everybody. It's really not. For one, it's tiny. I mean, this thing is, let me pull it back a little bit, but like it's, compared to one mat head, it's this big. It's literally about the size of a TV remote. And I'm not gonna lie, the price is hefty. It's not cheap. But when you consider it's a sampler, a sequencer, a synth, a microphone, like it can control stage lighting, it can control Unity video, it can do so many things. It's really not a bad buy at all. It's also by far the best damn travel music toy that I've ever had, for sure. And that's compared to pocket operators, compared to the OP1. Maybe the iPad would rival it, but that's kind of a very different thing. If you're into hardware, this is what's up. So yeah, I don't want to talk too long. I just, wanted to tell you that I've had this for a while and I'm still loving it. It remains one of my favorite pieces of gear in the studio, and actually continues to surprise me each time I turn it on. I still find new things with it, it's inspiring. So yeah, that's all I got to say for today. Stick around here for the end of the video because I'm going to play out with the most recent composition that I made on this thing, which I really like the piece of music that I made on it, and I hope you do too. As always, hit me with questions in the comments. Tell me about videos that you'd like to see, and I'll try to make those and answer your questions and all of that kind of stuff. And as always, happy music making. Bye.